watch Twilight for a girl? If she enjoys Twilight, unironically, she is mentally unstable. Think, Mark.
Dad, I love
You
her.
will live to see her call you too good for her over text. She makes more money than you on OnlyFans than you do at your crummy Dollar General job.
Dad, it's just true love.
What will you have after the divorce papers, Mark?
I played Life is Strange for her too.
You move here from Dumbsville?
Yo, I hit the jeweler, got some goals. I sold a little weed, but I could never sell my soul. And when I'm in LA, you find me out in Lil Soap. Come a vocal with my ramen, I'ma need another bowl. Let's go.
I know what you are.
Say it.
Pussy! Yeah, I'm reviewing it. What you gonna do about it? Twilight is a very unique movie. There aren't very many movies that are simultaneously overrated and overhated. Thankfully, Twilight fits that bill perfectly. Now, personally, I'm blessed with never having to actually watch Twilight, meaning that this video is a first-time viewing. A Twihard indoctrination, if you will. So if I make any overused Twilight jokes, it's most likely unintentional. In fact, due to the oversaturation of Twilight reviews here on this very website, you may be wondering why I chose to review it. So our film opens with narration about death, a trope I've never seen in my life before.
I'd never given much thought to how I would die.
Good job, Twilight, you're really breaking new grounds here. We then see a deer running in the forest before this guy catches it. Where we meet Bella, who is holding a cactus. She's leaving her Arizonian home and living with her dad. You can tell because this entire intro sequence is all exposition.
My dad's Charlie.
What the fuck did you say?
He's the chief of police.
She then arrives at the American football house with her cactus in hand. Bella and her dad then have a riveting conversation.
You like purple, right?
Purple's cool.
We then meet this guy, who has no story significance whatsoever. We also meet Jacob, who does have story significance, just not in this one. So they talk for a bit and that's about it. Cut to Bella's new high school, where she's approached by...
You're Isabel Swan, the new girl.
a guy who desperately needs a haircut. Hot date. Cut to basketball, where we meet Anna Kendrick. What the hell is she doing
Hey,
here?
you're from Arizona, right?
I'm from Arizona.
Cut to the lunchroom, where we're suddenly introduced to the Cullens.
Who are they? The Cullens.
We're then introduced to unironically really good actor Robert Pattinson, and as he walks through the hallway very sexily, he leaves Bella in a state of forgetting to shut her mouth-itis. Bella then walks into her next class and sits next to Edward, who for no reason covers his mouth. He then awkwardly pushes this glass, and I guess it's meant to be badass because there's a guitar sound effect that plays. The two of them then stare at each other, I guess, in the goofiest way possible.
Guys, look at this! Literal freaking Among Us nuggets, dude! With no sussy sauce!
He then leaves and that's about it. Whoa, dude, Dutch angle, artsy! We then get this scene, where Bella's being approached by a bunch of people she doesn't recognize.
Hey, Bella, you remember me?
And you know what? I like this idea. Coming back to your hometown but barely recognizing it, having to deal with changes of yourself and the world around you. There's something here. Night in the Woods did this, and that game was beautiful. But in Twilight, though, they visit it in this scene and then never explore it again. Cut to this parking lot. Bella plans to confront Edward, but
he never showed.
And that's how filmmaking's done. And it turns out Edward's skipping class. So a bunch of bullshit happens, who cares, it's not important. And a couple days pass, but suddenly Edward's back. And suddenly he's a completely different person now.
Hello. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to introduce myself.
This man is mentally unstable.
I'm Edward Cullen.
Lick my
Also, you can tell Robert Pattinson just doesn't give a shit. This man is quoted as actually hating Twilight.
I was convinced that Stephanie was convinced she was Bella. And especially when she says, oh, it was based on a dream. And it's like, oh, I had this dream about this really sexy guy. And she just writes this book about it. It's like, this woman is mad.
And comparing him in Twilight to other movies he's been in, yeah, he's dog shit in this. And it's kinda hilarious.
The second you got here, went to the booze and you got fucked up, but that's fine.
So
That's just who you
I
are.
was out of town for a couple of days. Personal reasons.
Thank God for contractual obligations, am I right? Anyways, the two talk after class. This is when I realized the dialogue is absolute dog shit.
Your eyes were black the last time I saw you, and they're like golden brown.
Robert Pattinson then leaves the movie and that's about it. Cut to the parking lot. Bella's minding her own business, but then suddenly, a van's about to run into her, but then Jacob saves her. Edward then stares at her and then leaves, and that's it.
I'm so sorry.
Bella then goes to the hospital and there's a big old talking scene and that's it. Bella then meets up with Edward at the hospital and she's all like,
How did you get over to me so fast?
Industrial society and
So Edward's acting mad sus right now.
You pushed it away with your hand.
Literally says you are sus and there's a phone number on here.
So Edward then walks away and yes. Cut to Bella's room that night where whoa, what the fuck? So I guess Edward invades Bella's room because that's hot, I guess? But then he disappears, so yeah, there you go. Cut to a field trip the next day. Bella and Edward talk for a bit and that's about it. But then Edward's all like,
Bella, we shouldn't be friends.
I then realized that people actually liked this back in the day. And I question why, since one of the main characters is mentally unstable. And yet the film treats it like he's cool and mysterious, which it's not. He's just an abusive dick. So a bunch of talking scenes happen, that's about it.
And I don't just surf the internet. It's la push.
Le fiche.
Edward then walks up to Bella and is all like,
I only said it'd be better if we weren't friends, not that I didn't want to be.
What does that mean?
It means if you were smart, you'd stay away from me.
whoa, watch out, guys. We got a badass over here. These central characters are so bland it hurts. Edward is just straight up unlikable, and not in like a good way either. He's just a dick.
What if I'm not the hero? What if I'm the bad guy?
My name is Alex Mercer.
And Bella, I couldn't tell you a single personality trait about her. And that's not a good personality trait. That's personality trait, period. This is one of the most boring characters I've ever seen on screen. It's not even she's emotionally distant. She's just boring. She reacts to everything so mundanely. There's no actual humanity to this character. And as a result, there's no reason to care about this character. By the way, I read this article called 15 Women Reflect on Twilight 15 Years Later, and one of them tries to write off the Bella is boring argument as misogynist, except it's not, because there are female main characters that don't have this problem. Bella Swan being a female isn't the problem. The problem is they just wrote their character improperly. Cut to the beach. Talking happens and that's it. Cut to this place. This guy's attacked by vampires who have a motion blur turned on.
Who are you?
It's always the same inane question.
Oh, man. And you're a goddamn Malkavian, too. Wow. You really are fucked.
So a bunch of stuff that isn't important to the plot happens, glad my time isn't being wasted. Bella then walks home at night. And if you're wondering why, I'm sure there's a very good reason for that. However, I didn't actually pay attention to this movie and play Destiny 2 instead. Just kidding, I don't play Destiny 2 because I'm not a massive virgin.
Go to Steam, uninstall Destiny 2.
Some random guys then come out and try to assault her, I guess, which thankfully doesn't cheapen actual assault at all. But then a car comes out, and out comes Edward, who doesn't even fight the guys. He just stares at them and then they drive away. The two of them then have an impromptu date full of terrible dialogue.
I can read every mind in this room. Sex.
Sex.
Did you follow me?
I feel very...
Did a 12-year-old write the? Oh yeah, might as well. Bro, how you gonna let Castlevania Lords of Shadows 2 out-dialogue you? That game literally just repurposed old memes in its dialogue.
What is a man but a miserable pile of secrets?
And it's still miles better than this shit? You got outridden by a pachinko company. How does that feel? So when she gets home, Bella goes on Google and finds the truth about Edward. So the next day they go to the woods, and this is where it's all revealed.
Your skin is pale white and ice cold.
Who talks like this?
And sometimes you speak like you're from a different time.
Oh, so the dialogue was intentionally garbage, I see. Wouldn't he be able to adapt to proper speech patterns? Did Edward, like, wake up from a coma?
I'm afraid it's been 9 years.
How old are you?
17.
How long have you been 17?
Okay! Come on, bro. That's not how that works, dude. So not only is Edward an emotionally unstable dickhead who stalks women, but he's also a pedophile. How is this okay? Wow, dude. Can't believe Cosmodore's in this movie. This is crazy.
Let's ride.
You're playing Minecraft in a cave looking for diamonds. That's funny. I'm in the same cave looking for miners.
You think Edward has a Discord server? I think he does.
You know what you are?
Say it.
Vampire.
No, I just...
Shut up! So Edward takes her up the woods, I guess, using the power of really bad CGI. And this is the part that everyone talks about, the cringy sparkling scene. And And yeah, I mean, it's like, it's goofy and it's kind of dumb. And it's certainly not helped by the dialogue that makes me want to slit my wrist when I hear it.
It's like diamonds.
My heart bleeds.
Industrial society.
But I mean, this character is literally a pedophile. I think Sparkling is the least of our issues right now.
I'm the world's most dangerous predator.
Yeah, you got the predator part down, right?
I'm designed to kill. I've killed people before.
Wow, this would be really cool to actually explore a little bit. Not only would Edward have to fight against his own primal instincts, but Bella could also be conflicted about him. You can push this even further and make this like Drive with vampires, and you could have explored that in the night scene. Edward could kill all these dudes, and Bella could be conflicted about that. But because the story is a hard lock to a dumb romantic genre, it's more focused on being generic fantasy than being a subjective existential work. How do you miss this? 3 million years of dumb bad writing later, we cut to the school again, and Edward's wearing sunglasses, and that's about it. We then get my favorite exposition.
Since 1918.
Number 1. In 1945, corporations paid 50% of federal taxes.
Anyway, so 15 years of boring shit later, cut to Edward's house. Edward invites Bella in, and Bella meets Edward's family. And needless to say, they're a little quirky.
Hi, Bella. Well, I'll see you soon. Okay.
Wow, impeccable dialogue. So blah, 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 more boring dialogue. My dumb ADHD brain can't handle this. Pure genius.
Oh, you have so much music.
Yeah, I listen to Playboy Cardi. A little bit of Tractor Scott. Tell me, you like Phil Collins? So Edward then throws her out the window. And now they're in a tree, and that's about it.
This isn't real.
But the dad's looking around and goes, man, something is mad sus right now. Bella then meets up with her dad, and they talk for a bit, and that's about it. Bella's then in her room, but Edward breaks in again.
How did you get in here?
The window?
Ah, yes, a regular Ted Bundy. Perfect for a romantic film. So they're about to engage in the sex. But then... Stop it! That was so fucking weak. So Edward's all like, yeah, it's a PG-13 movie. We can't actually sex. So they lie down together and yeah. Bella then tells her dad that she's dating Edward Cullen. And the dad's all like...
He's a little old for you, isn't he?
I then realized that the dad is actually the best character in the whole thing. Mainly because he isn't a pedophile. Edward and Bella then go out together. And we get a vampire baseball scene. This is fucking stupid. But then these guys walk out. And I guess they're bad guys because guitar noises play when they're around. They then stand in the generic Friday Night Funkin' position. And this guy's all like...
I believe this belongs to you.
Thank you. You are welcome. We will leave you alone now. So we actually get our first real conflict of the movie. An hour and 25 minutes in. So they argue about whether the baby's a dead meme or not or something. And they're all like, let us join your game. And then
I'm the one with the wicked curveball.
Clearly good dialogue doesn't happen. But this guy finds out that Bella's a human. So an almost fight happens. But because it's a Hollywood fake out, they just leave, I guess. And that's it. But now Bella's being hunted apparently. So Edward gets her into his car. And he's all like, we gotta leave to Vancouver. We gotta leave this place. But Bella's like, no, my dad's home. No. So they go back to the dad's place. And Bella pranks her dad and makes him think she's running away or something. And this is meant to save him? I don't know. I am barely paying attention. Wow, dude. I'm glad they brought on the Halo 4 writers to write this shit.
You mind telling me what you're doing in that Snuggie?
Sir, going blanky mode.
Eat at the diner every night, steak and cobbler. Dad, that's you, that's not me.
This is how people who run away talk. Anyways, cut to the Cullens house. So the bad guy is inside, but it turns out he's no longer bad or something. And he's all like, oh, be careful, the bad guys are powerful. And cut to this garage. So a bunch of exposition happens, and long story short, Bella and Edward get separated, and I'm very emotionally invested. Meanwhile, the bad guys are running because they're gonna be late for Wacky Cartoon Club. Or bullshit happens, I don't really care. Bella then goes to this place for a reason I didn't bother to remember. And now the bad guy's here. And he's all like,
but you really made it too easy.
Oh, this guy's a pedophile too.
Please, baby, give me your Discord.
He then starts filming her, I guess.
Edward has nothing to do with this.
I want you to tell them to sub to my Twitch. She then sprays him, but then he starts flying. He's then all like,
beautiful tits and red.
Then Edward comes in. There's then an epic fight scene, which you already know ends with Edward winning, but not before the bad guy bites Bella. So after Edward murks the dude, everyone's all like, we gotta save Bella from the bite. And so if you can believe it, because this film is extremely predictable.
Also, I want to get this video done.
They end up saving Bella. Whoa, I can't believe it. So Bella's mom and Edward are in the hospital because that's romantic. And I kid you not, guess what the fake story for her being in the hospital is? She fell down some stairs. I swear, these jokes write themselves. So Bella's mom leaves the room, I guess. And Edward's all like, you gotta leave this place. But Bella's all like, I wanna stay with you. And Edward's all like,
industrial society and its future.
Cut back to Bella's house. It's prom night, and oh my gosh, Bella looks so amazing for prom. Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
Eating a burger with no honey mustard.
So at prom, Jacob just walks out of nowhere, and he tells Bella that his dad told him to.
He wants you to break up with your boyfriend. He said, quote, we'll be watching you.
You sleep rather soundly for a murderer.
Edward then comes in, and Jacob looks at him angrily. This is very subtle foreshadowing.
I leave you alone for 2 minutes, and the wolves descend.
And so using the power of Dutch angles, the two of them dance the night away.
I dream about being with you forever.
We were doing the whip, the nay-nay. We were bouncing all over the place, hitting the quan too.
And then the two of them kiss romantically.
Damn it! Why can't you remember?
I've been showing you cringe for the past 5 hours, Mason! Yeah, that was, not good. Now, it wasn't the worst thing ever either. I've reviewed way worse on this channel. But you can't tell me that it isn't a generic, boring pile of garbage. I will admit, vampires are very interesting. And I like the general concept of Twilight. But the film, and presumably the books, I can't read though, it basically hard locks itself to the romantic genre. Which is kind of like watching live creative suicide. Not to mention, the two leads are horrible, and horribly written to boot. The writing genuinely feels like the Sonic fanfiction I used to review. That's right, we're going there. Bella is boring and has no personality, and to this day, I am absolutely shocked that Stephenie Meyer didn't get canceled for writing Edward, who is quite literally a stalker pedophile. It's overall just a really boring movie. I also skipped over a lot in this review, because that's genuinely how much actually happens in this. It's kind of that Wonder Woman 1984 problem of just doing absolutely nothing throughout the entirety of the runtime. Except boring your audience to tears, that is. But you know what? There actually is a decent version of Twilight that I found. You see, if you go to Steam and uninstall Destiny 2 and purchase the video game Vampire the Masquerade Bloodline, you'll experience the much better version of Twilight. It's even powered by Source, so you gotta get it now. Overall, Twilight is a bad movie, and if you like it, you should feel bad. I'm the irate gamer, telling you all,
fuck you in the lanes you came with. Me and you ain't on the same shit. You ain't in my lane, bitch, nah. Throw that shit in fifth, rollie on my wrist. Ay, baby, you a star, I'm my only wish. I'm counting blue hundreds, I'm too money. Ay, and my little bitch, she too lovely. Yeah, hanging up and calling me right back. Ay, baby, why you calling me like that? Yeah, getting high with the seat, lay back. Baby, gon' relax, yeah. Hey, they don't know the half, yeah. No matter what happened, I got your back. Baby, that's the facts, yeah. That's the facts, yeah.
I got a pizza here.
Sex. Yeah. Sex. 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 Sex.